Battle Brothers, and welcome to another video, and welcome to another re-review video. Today we are revisiting Missing in Action, which is a short story in the Eisenhorn omnibus, written by Dan Abnett. And it is about, well, you will get to know at the beginning of the short story, really. Do you want to know? Spoilers coming, spoilers. How Gregor Eisenhorn lost his hand on Samita. Oh yes, indeed. I am rereading currently this omnibus after a year and a half. It was actually the first Warhammer 40,000 book that I read ever in my entire life. If you've been following my channel for quite some time, you might know that I only got into Warhammer 40,000 about a year and a half ago. And because during that time I have amassed a considerable amount of information, I thought to myself that revisiting this book will only do me good because I will get a little bit more of it, and I have been proved right. Obviously, I see things, I see references, I read about characters that are either the protagonists or supporting characters, or it's just being alluded to them, or they are mentioned that I already know. That I didn't know, obviously, when I started reading it with blank mind, tabula rasa, as far as Warhammer 40,000 goes. And so this book contains the novels Xenos, Malleus, Hereticus, and Magos, and there are also 4 short stories. I've already reviewed the first one, and now I'm reviewing Missing in Action, which is a nice intermezzo between Xenos and Malleus, and those short stories are really just micro chapters from the life of the Inquisitor Gregor Eisenhorn. Much more street level, much more down to earth than those novels. Really, as far as the scope goes, I mean, it's about, the overreaching story. The narrative of Gregor Eisenhorn is him dealing with the demon host Cherubel, and the life story of Gregor Eisenhorn from being really kind of a Puritan inquisitor to a radical. This slow transformation is fascinating to read, but this particular short story is true 100% pure detective story in the Warhammer 40,000 setting. He is, after the events or in Xenos, he kind of is getting slowly into action again, as being sent there by the Grand Inquisitor Rorken, and also to slowly ease into it, to also recuperate a little bit. And he's just about to leave with his team, Bekin and Midas and Amos, but at the very last moment there's a message coming that there had been murders that are of a ritualistic character, that smells of the warp and reeks of heresy, and so he's investigating along with his team. And yeah, let's make it a spoiler-filled review. Why not? Now the spoiler, extreme big grand spoiler part of this review is coming. I'm waiting. Have you left already? Have you left? Have you read the short story? If you haven't done so yet, hey, you're back now. Right, good, very good. He gets to know that those murders were actually committed by veterans of one of the groups of Astra Militarum that had been there, and they are not in active service anymore, but they have this extreme case of PTSD, which makes them see heresy and demons and warp everywhere. Every person, friends and family, co-workers, people that they meet in the bar, and so they just kill them and purge them in a, well, what looks like a ritualistic manner, but it's really they get rid of the parts of their bodies that channel communication, like eyes and tongue, so on and so forth, so that the warp cannot communicate with the material world. And so there's a huge group of these veterans that are committing these atrocities, and it had been going on for years and years and years, and only Gregor Eisenhorn and his team uncovered the secret group of those veterans who believe that they are committing these acts in the name of the Emperor, and that they're actually committing acts of good. And once again, we are dealing with that which we have been dealing with a lot in Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer Horrors Heresy books in general, not novels, short stories, and that is moral dilemma and dilemma in general, as far as the good and bad of the Imperium, so on and so forth. But it also shows us very much a real primary world aspect being brought into this story. The PTSD, of course. Soldiers, very often after their atrocious experiences, are not able to get into normal life, quote unquote, ordinary life, let's say, again. And this is, of course, being hyped up to the extreme. They are doing these things and then hiding bodies. And Gregor Eisenhorn, as well as the force that is the law enforcement on this particular planet, they uncover them, and they uncover the entire business. And in the meanwhile, of course, not in the meanwhile, but in the process, Gregor Eisenhorn loses his hand, and in the end of the story, the hand is replaced by like an artificial hand. So yeah, very, very good, very well written, Dan Abnett, obviously. As I said, a very relaxing, can I say that word in connection with a short story like that? Of course I can. A very relaxing intermezzo between the two novels, and now I just can't wait to read Malleus so that I can re-review it for you. Reading it for the second time, I believe, is going to be done like that very quickly. I'm going to have it read very fast so that I can re-review it. And then and there's another short story that I'm looking forward to, the Killer Image. That's one of my favorite short stories about Gregor Eisenhorn. And then Hereticus. I am thinking about skipping Magos, which is the fourth novel. Not particularly about Gregor Eisenhorn. He stars in it, but he's not the main character. Thinking about that, but we'll see. I've already read it, so I don't know if I want to read the last volume for the second time. We'll see. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the short story Missing in Action, and that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the Emperor predicts.